are back. It's the Thursday evening edition of Weather for Weather Geeks. A day that started not so nice, finished on a nice note, and we've got still some great news for the upcoming weekend, but plenty of twists and turns in this forecast in both the short term and the long term as well, and we'll talk about all that in this video. Today's high was just at average. About 63 is our average at this time of the year. That's where the Mercury stopped at the Youngstown Warren Airport today. Breaking a streak of, 5 consecutive days where we were several degrees, even as much as 20 degrees or so, cooler than the average. Now, for the month so far, when you factor in the highs and the lows, we're running 2.4 degrees below the average. We'll make up quite a bit of ground over the next few days, and then a cooler pattern looks to settle in for the tail end of the month next week. So we'll probably finish April in the negative territory in terms of departures from average in the temperature department. All right, Boardman, our time-lapse video from today showing the clouds and gloomy weather from this morning, but from west to east, the sky did brighten as we got into the mid and late afternoon today, and it turned actually really nice outside. As of this recording, it's a very pleasant mid-spring evening across the Mahoning and Shenango valleys. When we look nationwide this evening, most of the action is on both coasts. Some showers on the East Coast and some much-needed rain for the Bay Area and heading up towards Northern California and into the Pacific Northwest. Small severe weather risk this evening ongoing across parts of the Missouri Valley. Back here at home, with the rain that we've had over the last 24 hours and a clearing sky tonight, there is the possibility of some patches of fog tomorrow morning. I don't think it'll be all that widespread, but especially in the river valleys and kind of the usual spots, the low-lying spots, right along the Mahoning River, right along the Ohio River, and things like that. Yeah, there might be some fog to contend with tomorrow morning. If you're fog-free and you're an early riser, say between 5:30 and 6:30, this will be something to check out. We have 4 planets lining up all in a row in the east-southeast sky. Again, try to check this out before about 6:30 when it gets a little too light. But Jupiter will be the lowest, followed by Venus. Up and to the right is Mars, and a little farther up and to the right is Saturn. This will become visible, all 4 becoming visible by about 5:30. Jupiter the last to rise. And again, it'll be dark enough to see all these planets before about 6:30 then. A little too much sunlight. So if you're an early riser, check that out. Bundle up, though, tomorrow morning. It's going to be chilly, nothing unusual for this time of the year, but lower 40s for early morning temperatures on our Friday, mid-50s at lunchtime, and we're heading to the mid-60s in the afternoon, kind of similar to today's temperatures, although tomorrow will play out in a little bit of an opposite manner to today. We started today with clouds, ended with sunshine. Friday we start with sunshine, and then clouds will slowly increase as we go into the afternoon. Maybe a late day shower towards sunset. Don't think it'll be much. I think there's a better chance of showers overnight as this warm front slowly moves through the area. It's going to take a little while for this warm front to completely lift through. So that chance of showers will continue for a lot of Friday night into very early Saturday morning. But this will get out of the way in time for a great midday and afternoon on Saturday. Grill, mow the grass, do whatever you want outside Saturday afternoon, early Saturday evening. Little taste of June Saturday afternoon and all day on Sunday. We're going to get off to a warm start on Sunday, and temperatures in the afternoon way above the average, to the tune of about 17, 18 degrees warmer than average. Sunday afternoon will be dry from start to finish. We need this. It's been a while since we've had a really nice weekend, and of course it's been about over 6 months since we've had an 80-degree temperature since the middle of October. So again, lots of good news for the weekend. The news, not so good for next week. We are expecting a pattern change as we transition into next week. This ridge is going to wave bye-bye, and it'll be replaced by a trough of low pressure moving across the country and then kind of settling over the Great Lakes in the Ohio Valley middle of next week around the 26th, 27th. This dip in the jet stream will open the door back up to some unseasonably chilly weather. I don't think we've seen the last of the snowflakes just yet. I think there's probably going to be a couple of snowflakes mixed with rain showers Tuesday night into Wednesday. All right, the Climate Prediction Center, which is part of NOAA, the National Weather Service, put out their initial May outlook today in terms of temperatures and precipitation. Not real surprising considering what some of the modeling is showing, but odds are favoring a cooler than average month in May, maybe similar to April. Yes, there's going to be some warm days in May. Not every day is going to be cold. And our averages, of course, continue rising quickly in May. Our average high goes from 67 to 75 from the start of May to the end of May. So by the end of May, a cooler than average day is 71 degrees. Not exactly chilly. So you have to keep that in mind. But the month probably is going to shake out as cooler than average in the temperature department and in the precipitation department, much like the last several months. Odds are favoring a wetter than average month of May. Now, if we continue to be in this kind of cooler than average pattern, it could end up being a little bit like last spring in that the severe weather season may get off to a slow start. We didn't have much severe weather last spring until the tail end of spring and into the summer. Then we had a busy summer, even into early fall. This year's kind of playing out, looks like maybe in a similar fashion, where we haven't had much severe weather yet this spring. It's been a little too cool, and that pattern, if it continues for a good chunk of May, will reduce the chances of widespread severe thunderstorms this far to the east. They may be more focused out in the middle of the country, which, you would expect that in May, but you'd also expect an uptick in strong to severe thunderstorms farther east in May in a typical year, including parts of eastern Ohio and western PA, but maybe this May will be kind of quiet like last May was. All right, that'll do it for me tonight on Weather for Weather Geeks. Thank you, as always, for watching. Make sure you're following me on my new Facebook page, Chief Meteorologist Eric Wilhelm, or search for Eric Wilhelm, WFMJ, on Facebook.